hey, where did you lose it again? And she kind of pointed out the area again, and I said, I'm going to get down on my knees with my pinpointer and just try to kind of swipe it over the top of the ground and see if that would help, because I think I was picking up a lot of metal under that. And sure enough, then I found the earring. So that was kind of cool to be able to find that and return that. And
that's super cool, because the earrings are so hard to find because they're so small. And, yeah, if they can get you in a close enough proximity of for sure where they really think they lost it, pinpointer is definitely the easier and best way to go.
Oh, yeah, because, if it just got dropped recently, it's not going to be 4 inches down. It's pretty much sitting right on the top of the ground, and that's where that came in handy. And I probably should have tried that at first, but either way, I found it in the end, so that was the important thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Was it a post earring as well?
Yeah, it was. I think it was like a sapphire with little diamonds. It was just like a stud.
Oh, yeah, those are extra hard to find.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that's so awesome that you found that.
It sure is.
So hard to find.
I love the recovery stories as well. The last post that I've tried, but they weren't quite sure where they lost it. So it was one of those as well.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have one of those. Yeah, they never know exactly where. Oh, man. My best recovery was they knew exactly where it flew off their hand as they were playing basketball with their daughter. And when they went for the shot, it just plop, flew over the goalie there, the basket, and into the grass. And they looked and looked and looked, couldn't find it. So next day I went out there and boom, went right to it. I mean, swung over and there it was. That was the easiest recovery I've ever done. Those are nice. But when they go, well, I think I might have lost it here, but oh, wait, it might be here. That happened. I remember another recovery I did. That was before I moved 2 years ago. A friend of mine that I worked with, her husband had been out doing yard work. And so at first she was like, well, let's see, where do you want to start? We know he lost it doing yard work, but he was doing yard work in the front yard, the backyard. Oh, and he also threw some brush and stuff out in a pile over here. And I said, well, let's start there first. Sure enough, I swung over and boom, in that pile before I would have went in the backyard or the front yard. It was in the pile.
Oh, nice. You're lucky. Your recovery seemed a lot quicker than mine was with that earring.
Oh, well, no. I've searched for an earring once, and I never found it. But it was just such a large area to cover. And there's no way I could have covered all that area because she was bringing horses out of a barn. And she had no clue. She just thought it was somewhere either from the house to the barn or the barn, it was too large of an area to cover. And I searched for hours. I felt terrible that I traveled so far and,
it's never
didn't find it.
Yeah, it's never a good feeling when you can't find the item.
And then the same thing, I had a call for the lady had lost a $40,000 diamond ring somewhere at the beach. And then after searching and searching, or at a beach house, they had a party the night before. And then I get to hearing the story behind it, and I honestly think somebody stole it at the party. I think she had taken it off, but she couldn't remember for sure putting it back on if she lost it outside or in the water swimming that day, or I don't know. I was like, $40,000, and she didn't have it insured yet.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's just terrible.
Well, whoever found that ring was pretty excited, I bet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Right.
Very excited. Well, look forward to, for those that joined late and missed the first half. So Scott is hosting a hunt. It's going to be the Ansley Kate metal detecting hunt on October 19th. All historic property. And, if you're interested, get a hold of Scott at, Scott, you want to repeat your info?
Sure. It's SLANNAN72@cox.net. By phone, it's 401-743-9171, or it can be found at Facebook too. So any way you want to reach out to me, I'm happy to get back to you in a timely manner.
And if you're following either Gypsy or we tagged Scott in tonight's show, so he can be you can click on him. It should be a blue highlight. You can click on him that way and send him a message if you are interested in getting a ticket. So that's one way as well.
And if you are on Facebook, I think both Amanda and I are tagged in one of them. We both shared Scott's form there that tells you more about the hunt and how to contact as well.
And if you're on Instagram or TikTok and you're interested as well, you can absolutely message me and I can get you the info and give you everything that is needed. I know that, Scott, you said you take PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Was that the three?
Yep, and they can always pay cash at the time of the hunt if they need to as well.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being on.
Yeah,
thanks for having me, and thanks for letting me promote the hunt. It's really important to me and my coworker to help get her back on her feet and take care of this poor girl that's got brain cancer and do what we can there and pull together as a detecting community to help out. So.
Yeah, such a great cause, and thank you, Scott, for taking the time to do this. And we sure hope to see y'all there, and hope you can make it. So be sure, for any reason, if you can't, see if there's a way you can make a donation, or possibly, send some goodies to be, auctioned or raffled or for prizes, or however you can help out, would be greatly appreciated.
Yep, sharing the event.
Definitely. Thank you.
But I know that, let's see, American Digger Magazine Relic Roundup is on next, and they're doing an open mic. Sounds pretty interesting. I think you can you call in and you can be a guest. So they must be accepting calls for questions or stories. Give them a call. Let them know some of the cool stuff that you found. So that's on next. If you're going to roll on over from us over to Relic Roundup, that's what they're doing tonight. We'll have to do that sometime. That sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
Yeah, it does. It does. Go ahead.
Is there any questions for Scott before we end the show tonight?
I do have to say,
go ahead and drop them in chat.
Bill said that, Scott, they're pretty sure you did bring something home, because there is like this weird noise every once in a while after you talk, and it's
oh, wonderful.
Yeah, he said it must have been one of the artifacts you've dragged home.
Highly possible. I do bring home a few artifacts.
That's so funny.
But if anybody else has any questions about the hunt or questions for Scott in general, just drop it in chat and we can get you the information. I can ask it. So, yes. Do you get to keep your finds?
Yes. The only thing I would like is if there's anything that could possibly tie back to the ancestors of the property, is that we have an option to look that over and make a decision if the property owner wants it. So if there's like a ring that has a name in it, a spoon that has a name, a tag that has a name. I did find one tag at the property that belonged to, I believe, was his grandfather or great-grandfather, which I returned. But other than that, he really doesn't care about coins or any of that stuff that's found. It's just like anything that may be historical to that family would be the only thing.
Gotcha. Very cool. Any other questions? I think you're going to have a couple people reach out. I did get that my phone dinged a couple times, but not dinged because it's on silent. So there should be a couple people that are going to reach out to you. And so yeah, can't wait to sell this out and help her, help you raise some money for this family. It'll be great.
Me too. I'm really looking forward to it. So it'll be a huge help to them in getting through this tough time. So
yeah, it's awesome. All right, I think that's it, Gypsy.
Well, wonderful. All right. Well, we thank you again, Scott. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you're doing for the hobby and for this girl. And thank you to all of our listeners. We appreciate you staying and listening. And I know some of you are about to hop off here and go to Relic Roundup. So enjoy that show. And thanks again. And you all have a wonderful evening. And thanks, Scott. And we'll be seeing you before too long, Scott.
sounds good. Thanks for having me again. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank
have a great
you.
week.
Good night, all. Y'all have a great one.
Good night.